Can I throw the spoon at you?
So the taste test is really to see whether you guys can identify your own ice cream amongst others. You're confident?
110%. He's confident. Because in Udders, he creates all the ice creams. That's why he's the chief milkman, whereas I count all the money.
But some of these flavors, it's been years since I've tried them, so let's see.
Here goes. This one is very sweet. Generally, our ice creams are not very sweet.
This one.
And the both of you are right.
Yay!
So I've searched like the whole of Singapore, bought up all the matcha, and just wasn't happy. So in the end, what I did was that I sourced direct from a farm in Kyoto.
Why the name Udders?
We wanted a name for our new business that was super fun, super different. When you say Udders, there's a picture that comes out in your mind about big cow breast with 4 teats. Then you won't forget the name and you won't forget us. So both of us were not actually in the food business at all, so with zero background. We went through many businesses actually that we were thinking of starting. The third or fourth idea we had was ice cream. We tried making ice cream at home for 4 months, day and night, day and night, and day and night, until 3-4 a.m. in the morning eating ice cream.
So in order to make the experiments move faster, the idea I had at that time was to use liquid nitrogen, but it's a very dangerous thing to do, so I would not recommend that you do this at home. So I rented this giant thermos flask that's called a Diwa, which is about this big. Whatever flavor I made, I poured the liquid nitrogen in, stirred like crazy for 1 minute, and then it's frozen. Very sweet again.
Very sweet, very sweet.
How many calories am I putting on it? This one is unlikely to be ours, just from trying to scoop it up because it's all broken, if you can see.
This one.
Correct.
Correct?
What's a flavor that you came up with that gained a surprising popularity?
Ex-President Tony Tan's wife had asked us to consider doing a special flavour for the Istana. So in the Istana, there is a spice garden. So we worked on it by taking inspiration from the spice garden. So it is a combination of lemongrass, roselle, and nutmeg. We call it Istana Harvest.
One of the most difficult flavors I made was the coconut sherbet. We had 50 over versions. When I couldn't get it right after the first 15 versions, I took a break of about 2 years. I came back, did another 15 versions, it was like, I can't get it right. I took another break for another 2 years. Third round, we got it right. And then we released the flavor. That's the amount of effort that we put in. I feel like this one could be a trick question.
The Gula Melaka doesn't really taste like ours, right?
Yeah, none of it is ours.
Is that the final answer?
Wow,
Final
got
answer.
lifeline or not? Can I call somebody?
The one is yours.
Well. The Gula Melaka is sometimes inconsistent because it's a natural product, like durian. So from different batches, it varies.
Udders were served on board Singapore Airlines, Jetstar and Scoot in 2019. For SQ to choose 2 of our flavours, one of which was Chendol, we have introduced a very quintessential Southeast Asian product to a very international audience. It was very gratifying, just from a human perspective, that we could come up with something and serve something like that that could be memorable for people who hadn't tried it before. Should be easy.
This should be the easiest one. Our alcohol content is the highest.
This one. This one. A.
Correct.
Hey, why you sigh?
It's one of the first few flavors that I created. It was just when we started, and someone bought the rum. And after, when I walked past, the person said, "Did you make this?" And I said, "Yeah." They say, "I must shake your hand." And I said, "Why?" They say, "This is real. This is real rum. It's the best rum I've ever tasted." I said, "Wow, thank you." And that was very affirming because back then we just started. sales was bad. There's no Facebook, no WhatsApp for something good to spread. It has to be word of mouth. And it's not a quick process, yeah, but it was comments like this that encouraged me and kept me going.
How do you think you all did?
I think we did quite well.
Yeah, except for the chendol.
What's the most rewarding part of starting your own business?
To imagine that we were in our kitchen with the liquid nitrogen and making ice cream all those years ago, and then the next thing we know, a decade or more later, we are on our national carrier with international travellers from all around the world eating our chendol and gula melaka. It's quite an amazing kind of thought. I mean, for me, quite simply, it was a dream come true.
Because ice cream is not about sustenance. You eat it more as dessert and more to make yourself happy. It's a mood booster. And especially when I see the looks of the faces of customers when we were able to give them samples to try, and they tried it, I was like, wow, this is good. So that is for me one of the greatest rewards of this job.
Colours all look the
They
same.
all look the same.
Yeah, but this one no problem for you.
Cannot tell either one of this.
I choose this one. A.
Probably choose A also.
The answer is they're all yours.
Ah.
Can I throw the spoon at you?